Today we're going to be having a look at the Oricom DTX4200 dual receive UHF radio. It's 80 channels of dual receive goodness. What's dual receive? Well, I'm going to tell you all about it. It is a pretty cool feature that I quite like. Now, I'll just say up front, Oricom is actually paying for this content, but they are not paying for my opinion. This is really, honestly, what I really do think. Now, if you enjoy this content, I would love you to hit that subscribe button down the bottom there, or hit like on the Facebook page as well. Okay, so let's unbox it and have a look inside. So I've got all the goodies out of the box. What do we get in the box? Well, all the normal stuff. You get a bunch of screws. You need those to screw things like the microphone holder onto your vehicle somewhere. And you've got this mount plate, which is going to allow you to mount the main unit somewhere in the vehicle. All right, so we put those aside. We've also got our instruction manual. Now, I will say about the instruction manual that I find that this manual's not the most detailed and it wasn't really helpful. I think it could be better written. If you're a real techie sort of person, you may find it just fine. For me, I was looking for features and to try and understand what I was reading on the screen, and I wasn't finding the answers that easy in the book here. So I just flagged that to you. All right, we'll sit that aside. So this is the main unit that you need to understand. That's the control unit. Now, the beauty of these is it's a remote head UHF radio, so you're able to have this buried in the vehicle somewhere, up under the dash, under a center console, wherever you find it appropriate. It has got a speaker in the unit, but that's not required for the operation, and you can also plug in an extension speaker into the unit. So that's the main unit. You're going to bury that away in the vehicle somewhere, and it comes with a 2-meter extension lead, so you can run this quite separate to the actual handpiece. All of the controls for the radio are done right here on this handpiece. And let's go through this dual receive. What is that about? Well, it is this. You can listen to 2 UHF channels at the same time. Let's say you're a 4-wheel drive or you're towing a caravan, so you want to be on either channel 10 or channel 18, depending on which of those you choose to be on. You're listening to that channel and you're talking away to your mates on that channel. But you also want to listen to the truckies on channel 29 or channel 40, whatever they're running on. So you've got the dual receive set to 29, which you're listening to, but you're transmitting and also listening to your favorite channel. That's what dual receive is about. Now, you might be thinking, it sounds complicated, Matt. How on earth am I going to use that on the radio? Well, let me take you through the process on the handpiece, because it really isn't that difficult. So firstly, most of the dual receive is going to be controlled through this button here or this button over here. Let's start here. This knob here, if you push it in, you get features. The first thing is that is your main volume. So see how the volume's going down at the moment and it's going back up at the moment. Okay, that's our volume. Now, if I push this button over here on the top right and hold it, I get an S up the top here. That indicates that the dual receive is now functioning. So to see what channel I've got the dual receive set on, I push that button. When that number is showing, whenever I transmit, I will transmit on 79. But my friends are on channel 80. So I push that button. Now I'm back onto channel 80. I'm still listening to channel 79, but I can transmit and listen to channel 80 as well. Let's look at some of the other features. If I push this button in, I can change the channel on the channel that I'm seeing. If I push it again, I get to see my squelch settings for that channel that I'm on. If I push it again, I'm now changing the volume of the channel that I'm listening to in the background, my second channel. And if I push that button again, we just rotate through those settings. So it's really as easy as that to operate this unit. Now, this radio's got a bunch of other cool features which you will find are helpful to you. It can do 80 channel scanning in 3 seconds, so that is pretty quick. It also has a backlit display in the unit which you can change the colors on. You can change the light intensity on, and here's the thing I like about it. it is actually big enough that I can read it without my glasses when I'm driving. So I know whether I've got the dual receive channel on, I know what channel I'm on, I can even read the volume. So I really do like that. And at night, I'll sometimes turn it to red so that I don't get that intense light coming on the night drives. One of the things I found with this radio that I think I need to point out here is it's got a treble setting deep inside the menu system. And I found that you need to have that treble set to 0, otherwise you won't hear people transmit to you properly. It just distorts the sound coming out of the speaker here. So if you cannot hear somebody, go and check that treble setting. I tell you what, I was relieved when I found that that was the cause of the problem, because it frustrated me on a trip into the Victorian high country. The only other thing I've found is that because my vehicles are a little bit older and they are a little bit noisier, some of that might be because I just like them loud with exhausts and stuff, I find that I will run these units with the extension speaker, and I tend to run with the volume flat out. So it's well worth considering whether you will run that sort of setup, because you may be, in my situation, running an older vehicle. So that's some of the setup with the Oricom DTX4200 UHF radio. 80 channels of pretty cool goodness. I really do like the unit. I'm running this radio in both my four-wheel drives, both the Toyota Land Cruiser 80 series and the Toyota Bandera. I've got that radio in there. Some of my mates are running this radio, and we love it. When we're out in a convoy, as a trip leader, I'll have this set to the general trip channel. Let's say it's channel 80, but my tail end Charlie or the guy running at the back will have it set to 79, so he and I can have little private conversations about what those people are up to. All right, guys, check it out. Just go to oricom.com.au and check out the Oricom DTX4200. It's not a bad piece of radio. I'm MadMatt. Stay safe on the trails.